Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I'm not going to be doing a vlog, but I am going to be doing a remake of my most popular video, except this time, instead of freshman year advice, it's going to be sophomore year advice because I just finished sophomore year. Everybody seemed to really like my freshman advice video, so I thought I would come back and do another one for the next year of high school to help all of you guys that are going into your sophomore year. So I really hope this advice helps you guys. If it does, make sure you give a thumbs up and subscribe to see more of my content, and let's get on with the video. So first off, I just wanted to say, to come up with some ideas for this video on top of my own, I posted a poll on my private Instagram and asked people for sophomore advice. I'm just going to be reading the input people gave and then adding to it with my own advice. So I really hope that's helpful. I thought it would be helpful to get more ideas into it instead of just my own. So let's get started. Also, I'm sorry about the lighting changing. Honestly, New England weather is doing what it wants today. So that's interesting. I look like a ghost. Whatever, no worries. So let's check my Insta poll. This was like 2 or 3 weeks ago that I did it. I just haven't had like time to sit down and film a video, but the poll is still available to read the responses. Here we are. This is what I posted. A ton of people responded. Me and my little golf outfit. The last person that responded said, "Tell them nobody cares about their car keys." And I think that's actually pretty funny because there's a lot of jokes about that. And I just want to say, I don't care if you swing around your car keys, like, good for you. I never did that because literally no one cares that you have a car. But what I will say about this topic is that once you do get your license, just watch out for the snakes that are going to try and get rides from you when they don't even like you, but they just want to use you for your car, and it's messed up. So don't let that happen to you. Only give rides to your friends, and if some snakes are trying to, you know, be hitchhikers, freaking make them pay you. That's my life advice. Make them pay you. I actually didn't really have that happen to me too often, only a few times, and I was just like, sorry. People would be like, "Can you get me a ride to school?" And I'm like, I can't even wake up early enough to get myself to school. And it's literally true, so it's like, not like I was lying, but I also just don't want to give other people rides, so. But let's keep going. Someone else said, honestly, this will be the easiest year, so live it up and enjoy every minute of it. I do think my sophomore year was harder than my freshman year, but I can agree with what she's saying because your freshman year, it's all new and you're trying to get used to it. So it's like, it seems really hard because everything is like, everything changed and you're trying to adapt to all these new people and all these new classes and the homework load and all that type of stuff. But sophomore year, you're already used to it. And sophomore year is like not a very important year. Of course, you should still try your best and do well sophomore year, but like compared to junior year, which is super important, sophomore year is kind of just like getting you ready for junior year. So yeah, I can mostly agree with that. I still think sophomore year hit me pretty hard, literally hit me pretty hard because I had a concussion, and that was tough. So that kind of like set me back, but you know, still finished the school year with only 2 B's, so light flex. Okay, I'm kidding, but you know, whatever. One of my friends said, if you don't try sophomore year, you'll regret it. And this is very true. If you don't try, you're literally going to be like looking at your grades at the end of the year and you're going to be like, what the heck did I do? And that is so true, because especially if you're like trying to go to a really good college or you're trying to get a scholarship or something like that, you need to try every year of high school. And you can't just like fool around for a year because you only have 4. I mean, senior year does matter, but because you've already been accepted into college before senior year ends, it's not that big of a deal. So you have 3 years where you really need to like do your best and show off to schools. And I know it's super stupid because we're supposed to be focused on learning. Instead, we're focused on getting into college, which is horrible, but you know, you got to play the game. So you need to do well for at least those 3 years, do really strongly, and then you can get into a good school. So try sophomore year. One of my other friends said, don't procrastinate. It's okay to make new friends. Be yourself and join clubs. I would totally agree with all of what she's saying. Do not procrastinate. I procrastinated so much. I would do assignments the class before it was due. Do I recommend it? No. But did we finesse the system? Of course we did, because at least 3 school nights a week I had to work like 3 to 10 or 4 to 10. So did I have time to do homework? Absolutely not. So there comes my advice as well. If you're going to work, I could recommend probably don't work 30 hours a week while you're going to school, and that's 5 days a week for me, because that literally sucks. Probably don't do that, but if you have to do that, make sure that you're keeping up with your schoolwork. I did it. I literally don't know how I did it. Try not to procrastinate. I think my advice would be, whether you have a job or not, or if you're playing sports or whatever you're doing, try to get your work done in school. That way when you go home, you don't have to worry about it and you can do other things. That's my greatest life tip. Yeah, definitely make new friends. I made a lot of new friends this year. Stopped talking to a lot of people. Was my life better? Of course it was. And I have like some really great friends now, and I'm really happy. So thank you to sophomore year for giving me good friends. Definitely be yourself, because you don't want to make friends that don't like you for you because you're not acting like yourself, and you don't want to like stray away from what you believe in. You want to just like stay true to yourself. And as cheesy as it is, I'm being serious, guys. Just be yourself, because why'd you waste your time trying to be someone else? That sounds pretty stupid to me. And join clubs, yes. Let me give you my advice. If you go to a high school that has DECA, oh my gosh, please, for the life of you, if you're interested in business or any sort of business at all, any aspect of it, join DECA, because DECA is literally great. Like, I'm like the biggest advocate. I'm actually an officer for my DECA chapter, but I love it so much. So it's basically like you come up with business ideas, I guess that's like one part of it, and then you compete against people, and it's really fun, and you can get scholarships, you can get your college paid for, and it's just such a fun experience. You can go on trips with your friends. We went to Florida for literally a week. It was so fun. We went to Disney, we competed. It was just, I just love DECA. So I highly recommend joining clubs with stuff you're interested in, especially DECA. This kid says, don't act like you're on par with the seniors yet. I don't know if I agree or disagree with this statement, because really the seniors at this point are only 2 years older than you, and 2 years in the scheme of things is literally nothing. So if you want to be friends with seniors, honestly, be friends with seniors. It's actually really good. I talked about this in my freshman advice video. It's good to be friends with older kids because they can help you with what classes to take, what to do, what sports to play, like all that type of stuff. Being friends with older kids is great. I mean, I guess you don't have to act like you're on par with them. You don't want to act like you're a senior when you're a sophomore, but definitely be friends with them and don't make any enemies. I mean, like, seniors can really help you out, but it also is kind of sad when they go to college. I worked with a lot of seniors and they're all going to college, and it's actually super sad. Someone else says teachers won't be as lenient as they were freshman year, but this is very true. All your teachers are going to say, this isn't freshman year anymore, you need to do your homework, blah 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 blah, and they're all really annoying. But like, if that's how they're gonna act, there's no way around it. So just do your work and don't act like a freshman anymore, because honestly at this point you're gonna be turning 16 and you need to grow up anyways. So like, don't expect your teachers to act the same way they did freshman year, because they probably won't. But some of them will probably treat you like a younger child than your freshman teachers did. So I don't know what to say about that. Teachers are weird. Okay, this is my favorite response that I got. This was from my friend Mackenzie. Mackenzie, if you're watching this, girl, this is great advice. She says, there's a fine line between enjoying your teenage years and destroying your future. Oh my gosh, I might make a whole video about this. So I think that this is super important. Like, I'm not gonna go into any details, so I don't want to offend any people, but my friends probably know what like I'm thinking right now, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say, don't do things that you know you shouldn't be doing. Don't do things that could destroy your future. I say, before you do something that you're questioning about, because I know if you're doing something when you're a teenager, you're questioning everything you're doing, and if you're not, you should be. So if you're like questioning something you're about to do, really think of the consequences and the long-term effects of what you're going to be doing, and how your parents are going to react, and how your friends are going to react, and how your teachers are going to react. And just don't do stupid things that aren't true to yourself just so that people will like you, or just so you can have fun, because you can have fun doing literally anything. I mini golf for fun. I'm enjoying my teenage years. So you can enjoy your teenage years, but you also don't have to be ruining your future. Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. That's my advice. This girl says, upperclassmen that take you in don't necessarily have your best interests, with a crying emoji. So I honestly couldn't tell you if she's talking about senior boys or if she's just talking about like senior friends. I think she's talking about senior friends, but we'll talk about both. So yes, some senior friends honestly might try to manipulate you because you're younger and you're immature and you're impressionable. Just look out for the signs. If you see red flags, you need to sit down and freaking put that all together and just crack the code. Like, don't ignore red flags even in friendships. Yeah, she's definitely talking about friendships. So take her advice, because I've seen what happened with this whole situation. Also, if you're a girl and senior boys are talking to you, I'm just gonna say it flat out, they probably want you for sex. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. But maybe they do. So just make sure you know them before you hang out with them. That's that. This girl says, if you thought freshman year was bad, ... surprise. And she's right. Yeah, I loved my freshman year. I literally had so much fun, and like I was just having the time of my life, guys. Like, I literally loved it. Like, I thought it was kind of hard, but I was like breezing through these classes. And then sophomore year literally hit me like a truck. So I wouldn't say it was very fun. Sophomore year was not fun for me, but also I was working 30 hours a week. I was playing volleyball, so it was kind of like a lot. It wasn't like a normal sophomore year probably, so it's definitely pretty hard. Keep your mind set on the right things. This boy says Jewel isn't cool. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but I could agree that Jewel is not cool. Juuling in the bathrooms is a bad idea when you should be in class. Stay in school, kids. Don't do drugs. I think more about juuling, but all I'm going to say is I don't see any benefits of juuling, and I see that it wastes money. Do with that information what you will. I'm not addicted to nicotine. That's that. I also have some notes of my own advice, so we will look through that. I put in all caps. It is not easy. Like I said, it's not easy, but you'll be okay. Oh, this was a big one. I took pre-calc as a sophomore, and I wrote down in my notes, study for math. Yeah, so if you've gotten through all 9 years of your schooling without studying for math, and you think that you don't need to study for math, maybe you're right, but also maybe you're wrong, because Once you hit pre-calc, you probably should study because pre-calc makes no sense. I literally couldn't tell you what I learned in pre-calc. Yeah, literally couldn't tell you. I have no clue because none of it made any sense, but we still did well in that class. Study for math, even if you think you don't have to, because once you take that test, you're gonna realize you do have to. Oh, I wrote, you'll start to notice your real friends. This is very, very true. No matter what's going on, you're really gonna notice your real friends, like who's checking up on you, who's asking to hang out, like who's helping you. I don't talk to a lot of people I talked to freshman year, but I do talk to, I still talk to like a majority of them. Yeah, you're definitely gonna know who your real friends are and who's acting correctly towards you. You want to be respected by your friends. Don't let people treat you wrong because, honey, there's no time for that. Find a balance with a job and set your priorities straight. So I think it's very important to get a job when you turn 16 because you're gonna need to learn real life responsibilities. Even if your parents pay for everything, honestly, still get a job because that's really gonna help you. Unless you literally don't have time. I know some of my friends literally don't have time. But if you don't have a job, you're gonna like hit college or you're gonna get out of college and literally not know what you're doing. So I suggest getting a job now. And plus then you'll have some spending money. I mean, I have a job because I pay for my car every month, which really takes a toll on me. But having a job has taught me a lot. I've been working for over a year, which is just super fun, but it has taught me a lot. And yeah, just make sure you find a balance between school and work. I already kind of talked about this. It's hard to find a balance. If you think you're working too much, work less. The way I think about it, I work a lot because like I said, I have to pay for my car, but also I don't have to work as much as I do because I only really have to pay for my car and like my Spotify membership. But just understand how many hours you need to work to get by with what you need to pay for, and then decide if you want to work more to have extra spending money or if you don't want to work more. I work a lot because I have an expensive taste and I like to buy myself things and I like to do fun things and eat Chipotle like every day. Oh, and I wrote start to plan your high school future. So freshman year, I went on Google Sheets and I planned out all my classes I was gonna take for my high school career. So then this year, when it came time to choose my classes for junior year, I had it ready and I just chose those classes. And it's really helpful because then you can decide like what's gonna fit in your schedule, what you need to take to graduate, all that type of stuff. So I really suggest doing that. I mean, it's a really big, like, I don't know, really big endeavor for your future. It's a really big thing to do and a lot of people don't do it because who really looks that far into the future? I'm sorry that the camera moved. My camera just decided it was gonna stop recording because the SD card was full. But what I was saying was, I don't remember what I was saying, so that's so cute. Yeah, I just said have fun. Like, try and have fun on the weekends when you can. Try and make sure that you're still hanging out with your friends because it's very important to get out and do things and not just stress too much on schoolwork. I think school is very important and it should be your #1 priority. But at the same time, worrying about it and stressing about it too much is very unhealthy. Try and find things that you enjoy and people that you enjoy doing it with and have fun. I'm pretty sure that's like all the advice I have for you guys. You know, if you need anything, just let me know in the comments and I'm sure I could help you guys out. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it's going to help you go into your sophomore year. If you'd like to, you can watch my freshman year advice up here. I filmed that one last year. Yeah, subscribe to see more of my content and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.